Thank you. But it's on President mentioned a drone incident connected with Russia. This incident yesterday, the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte, said that it's still investigated. And yesterday, Ministry for Foreign Affairs of Russia, they reject any accusations that they in some way connected with this incident. Maybe you know more information and more evidence to connect this with Russian activity. Thank you.
Thank you, Vitaly. We have also a new 27 statement that I would like to point you out to that condemns the international violation of the airspace of an EU member state, in this case Poland, by the Russian drone. And this aggressive and reckless act is part of a serious escalation by Russia. It threatens the security of EU citizens, the regional stability and international peace. And this once more reinforces all our support and resolve to support Ukraine and its people in their defense against Russia. So from our side, what we will do is to raise again the cost for Moscow by further ramping up the sanctions significantly on Russia and its enablers.
Thank you. Still to Anitta. Nouredi.
The President said yesterday we will put our bilateral support to Israel on hold. What she means by putting the bilateral relation on hold, if you can give us some example, you or maybe one of your wonderful colleagues, an example of the payments that could be subject to be suspended, and on the suspension of the association agreement on related trade matters. Is it here in the speech the trade matter in the bilateral between association agreement between European Union and Israel, or it is mainly targeting the trade matters with the settlement? Thank you.
And just one precision, Nouredi. What the President said is to put on hold the bilateral support to Israel, not a bilateral relation. I think it's an important nuance to recall here. Yes, I think we will need to pass on to...
The statement of the President yesterday made a big surprise, had positive echo, let's say, in some part of the Arab world, for example, or here in Europe, in the European Parliament. But in the detail, it seems to be very little, because it's too late and too little. And because of that, because of the lack of the efficiency of the diplomatic impact of the European Union on one side, the lack of impact of the regional partner of Israel on the other side, this encouraged the Israeli government and Prime Minister Netanyahu to attack, for example, to continue to the genocide in Gaza, but also to attack a strategic ally of the European Union and the United States, which is Qatar, a country which is mediating, and in its mission of mediation, it was requested, among others, by Israel to mediate and to do its effort. So the lack of impact of diplomatic impact of the European Union on one side, the lack of impact of the regional actors on the other side, both together encourage Benjamin Netanyahu to continue in his war policy and aggressive policy towards its neighbors also.
Something that the EU has been the strongest advocate, it's a two-state solution, which is for us the only way to guarantee that both Israel and Palestinians live side by side in peace, security and dignity. And from this outreach throughout, this has been backed by a series of proposals that the Commission has also put forward, and we have outlined this throughout, because it's not the first time we're handling this question, both from the proposal to review Article 2, both from the options put on the table by the High Representative, and also the review on Israel's compliance, but furthermore also on the partial suspension of the Israeli participation to Horizon Europe, and now further on the partial suspension of the EU-Israel association agreement on the trade-related matters. So all this is also backed by actions. It is an ongoing process. You have heard also the President in the Soteo, so more actions and proposals and work is further on its way, because obviously in view of the images and the suffering in Gaza, all this is not enough, so we are all committed to do way more.
I take a question there. Yes.
On sanctions against Russia this time. So since the EU Commission team headed by O'Sullivan is back in Brussels now, could you please share with us what the outcome of the negotiations in Washington? Did they manage to coordinate the next sanction package against Russia, especially concerning the cutting off from the Russian energy sources and in another sphere, and when the Commission is going to announce the content of the next package?
To answer your question, it's too early to tell you when the details of the timing of the 19th package will come. It will come. And as regards the meetings that took place in Washington, D.C. between an EU team, prominently including our EU sanctions envoy David O'Sullivan, meeting with their US counterparts. The meetings that took place in Washington, D.C. between the EU and US are very important in this respect, because it gives us an opportunity to coordinate as much as possible with our global partners, of which the US clearly is one of the most important. And so we're not going to disclose the details of those meetings, because confidentiality is vital in sanctions discussions. But as Paula has said, we're moving forward with the 19th sanctions package soon, and we will continue the discussions about how to most effectively coordinate with our global partners, including the United States, on these issues going forward.
Thank you very much for many and diverse questions, and we're back here tomorrow.